In broadcasting, you're constantly engaging with the energy of the game. How do you stay motivated and bring that same energy to your commentary, especially during intense moments?
Look, I'm a big believer in always work with what the game gives you. I mean, the vast majority of my experience has been commentating games with crowds under 100, to be honest. I mean, we're here at Wanderers Football Park today. The crowd is maybe 300 tops. And so you can't oversell. You can't be forcing something or chasing something that's not there. You just got to work off what the game gives you and call it on its merits. And I've been lucky enough to do a handful of Socceroos games with crowds, 40, 50,000. And it's impossible not to get swept up in the moment and excited about that. And I think it is important not to overdo it at a local level. If we're at half time of this game. If we see the greatest goal of all time in the second half, you will hear me shouting, and I don't care who of the 300 people here thinks that I'm carrying on like a pork chop. But normally, you reflect what the game is doing. If you see a moment of excellence, if you see a moment of brilliance, you rise to that occasion, even if it is a modest setting.
Do you believe football commentators have a unique role motivating players and fans alike? How can your words uplift and inspire?
My philosophy on it is at times to try and take ego out of it and be selfless. Give yourself over to the game and reflect the story of the game. You can come in with a narrative, you can have high-profile players, you can have rising stars, but if you try to project that onto the game, people will hear you force it. You can't really come in with a preset script or an idea of who's going to be the star of today. And I encounter this a lot in both the A-League Women's and Women's NPL. If you have a Matilda that's come back, dropped down a level, playing, even in the NPL at times, you can't go in with tunnel vision thinking this player's the star, this player's the story. It could be the last player you expect that actually comes through and has the game of their life or ends up being the difference between winning and losing. So it's important to keep an open mind. Be aware of the storylines and who's who, but don't, as a broadcaster, try to project that onto the game. If it turns out that a Matilda playing in the NPL is the best player in the game, celebrate it, reflect it, but also just be ready for the unexpected as well.